working, yeah.
You know, we don't always do 2650 bills, but when we do, we like to make 1200.
Yes, seriously. Doing a little baseline?
Yeah, a little NA action actually. That's rare for us.
Alright, Fuzz, what do you got going on this thing?
Oh, blow dog's making a little bit of noise. It's got a solid isolator on it, so we're not sure if it's that or not, but we'll figure it out.
So this car came in to us basically halfway complete. It's got a Texas Speed 427. We put a Edelbrock 2650 on it with port injection from Crawford. Got everything back together, redid a lot of fuel lines, redid the catch can setup, basically redid everything that they did. Put it all together, put it on the dyno, made like 3 pulls, and then we noticed it spit a belt. Going farther into it, we noticed that they put a dry sump crank bolt in it, which leaves about an inch away from actually hitting the crank. So it spun, the hub spun on the crank, ruined the crank.
All because they did the wrong size bolt.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuzz has the blower off this thing. Let's check with him.
Blades seem alright. I mean, they ain't perfect. Blades. What the f do y'all call them?
Rotors, like every other person there is.
He's got his own slang.
Yeah,
Own
literally.
slang, baby.
Probably gonna put some snout bearings in it though. They don't look the greatest. She's juiced up a little bit.
Oh, a little bit of cheese up in there. That'll be alright.
Is blue your favorite?
Blue is the sauce, baby. Orange, purple, every other color. I like my shit in all blue. You like green, yeah? Look at your car.
Let's check in with Cody over here. What do you got going on in this?
So we got the blower back on, got it running, just going through checking all the fluids. Also, we got the correct size crank bolt in there, torqued down correctly with lots of Loctite. That's how you should always install them. 240 foot-pounds with a lot of Loctite.
So this thing shouldn't destroy another balancer?
No, it should not. Only thing left is to button up put the fender on. All this stuff was already off when we got the car, so we gotta find bolts and get everything back together. I gotta mount the hollow ECU for the port injection. We just made the plate and I'm just gonna tack weld it in, drill some holes, put some riv nuts in it, and mount her up, get the wires tucked out of the way for the fender well, get the fender on it, the wheel well in, she'll be ready to go.
Cool. So in the other section over here, what do you got going on this thing?
2017 Camaro SS, just finishing up a P1 Pro Charger install, meth kit, and then a set of Cooks 1 7/8 headers. Pro Charger itself is just about done. Got most of the wiring and stuff done on the meth kit. Headers are installed, just have to button up the exhaust to the headers and then make some lines because we make our own custom Brown & Miller lines with the meth kit. So hopefully have it done early next week and see what happens, see what kind of power it makes.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Fuzz, what do you got going on this thing?
Got the big old LMP cam dog going in this bitch. Some push rods, valve springs, and Cook's headers, and we're gonna see how different she is, how much more power she makes.
We are evacuating the AC system right now, getting ready to pull the radiator, the AC condenser, and the front bumper and everything out of the way so you can get camshaft out. Some places just kind of loosen stuff up and move it out of the way. You can bend the AC lines, they're usually like hard lines. You kind of just bend them up and misalign them and it's not the right way to do it, basically. So we'll evacuate everything, disconnect it properly, and then suck it back down, put it under a vacuum, and recharge it to whatever the spec is, and it's like we were never there. That's just the right way to do it, rather than just moving stuff and bending and twisting, whatever. 5 extra minutes, and honestly it makes it easier. You're not holding stuff out of your way, working around it. Just get it out of the way, just give yourself more room.
Engine was already in, brand new engine. I dynoed it on the last pull. It flung the serpentine belt. I'm like, huh, that's weird. And the AC belt flung off. I'm like, Usually when that happens, you know, you have something misaligned. Long story short, the balancer spun on the crank. We pulled the motor out because the crank was destroyed pretty much, and put a different crank in it. Much nicer crank though. With the crank we took out of it, I wouldn't have put it in a 900 horsepower car, honestly. It looked like a stock crank, like Chinese crap. So we put a Magnum in it. It's a center weighted Magnum. So what that means is it's got 8 counterweights on it instead of 6. It's heavier, so that can actually rob horsepower instead of gaining. It's a rotating mass in the bottom end, and a lot of that stuff plays into a factor that people don't realize. So with that being said, it's got 8 counterweights on there because higher RPM on a blower car especially, it's more stable, it won't flex. It's like pretty much the best crank you can put in one of these motors before you getting into the billet territory, and this doesn't need all that. But so we'll see what it does. We changed the cam in it to something a little bit more aggressive. It still has a 183 throttle body on it, just regular basic stuff, all off the shelf, no custom heads. I think they're PRC heads. So yeah, we'll see what it does.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Not too shabby. Having some serious belt slip problems though.
What's it drop down to? Or how many
The
pounds?
pass before, I don't know this pass, but we just put so we went from a 10 rib to an 8 rib belt because I have nothing but problems with 10 rib stuff. So we just put an 8 rib belt on it, and took 3 of us to put the belt on. The pass before it dropped 5 pounds. So, and it's making 1140. It should make like 1200 really. I dropped 3 that time.
Okay, it's not as bad.
Yeah, quite impressive actually for 18 pounds there at the end.
Damn.
So, build 21. Yeah, built 21 initially.
I noticed no heat exchanger. Just
So this car came in, we didn't do this car from start to finish. I do believe in heat exchangers, especially something like this level. It's not horrible. It's got a really big ice box in the back. There's no ice in it right now. You know, there's a lot of things that play into a factor.
That's still
No meth. There's no meth there.
Damn, I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
it's just
So-
E85.
Holy shit.
It's on like E70 right now. E75, I think. Yeah. Meth would help it for sure.
Oh,
When you're
God.
spinning this blower, I think it's a 10 lower, 275 upper. Greg ported the blower, obviously 2650 port injection. So it's piggyback with Holly. That's what I'm tuning with pretty much is the Holly, which I really like. It's like the correct way of doing something. It's just not in everyone's budget because it's pretty expensive to do it the correct way.
That's pretty killer though. 1146 on.
Honestly, it's more than what this thing is. I mean, he's probably gonna do like 80 mile an hour rolling burnouts. So, you know,
Jeez.
with 15.
He's got a tire for this thing?
Yeah, he got 15. He just brought him the other day. He's got
Okay.
15s for it.
I was gonna say. Jeez.
He's got like 1,000 horsepower Hellcat. Going from a 1,000 horsepower car to a 1,200 horsepower car, so many people don't understand the differences and how it actually is a big difference. Pretty much, it's a 1,000 horsepower car. You know, imagine spraying a 200 shot on it.
Yeah.
On top of that, so pretty big difference. People throw numbers around like it's nothing, but
Well, the 1000
Pretty.
is the new 500 nowadays.
Well, yeah. Especially on LT4 stuff.
Yeah.
This is built. It's a 427.
That's the most I've ever seen through.
We consistently make 1150.
That's crazy.
You know, with 2650 builds. I don't like doing anything on 2650 stuff unless we make 1100 plus. I think it's a waste of money. Stock blower stuff's making 900 now. We just make 950 the other day. So really, what are you spending the $6,500 on a blower, or 75 I think for one of these things, plus porting it, plus port injection. So you know, it's a whole nother ball game when you start making north of 1,000 really.
Yeah.
But this guy wants it all, so I'll probably do this in my car eventually.
I was gonna say, I rode in the 951. That thing rolled out. So
Yeah.
I can only imagine this thing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's built trans, but still, you still have issues at 1,200 horsepower with built transmissions and built this, built that. You know, shit will break. You know.
It will find the weakest link. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
Especially if you race at the track. I mean,
Yeah.
we got cars going mid to high nines making 800 in these. So, you
a
know,
lot of
this thing
weight.
should probably go in the high eights.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll ever race it. Actually, I'll probably ask him if I can take it because he'll probably let
probably
me.
a good idea.
Yeah, he'll probably let me. He's pretty cool. I'll probably break it though.
Just bring your trailer just in
Yeah,
case.
I'll definitely trailer it because I might break the rear or something. It's got a good drive shaft in it. Probably the rear, one of the axles is the next thing. This thing sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it's
Well,
not like a cam CTS-V. This thing is rowdy.
Yeah.
Like, if you stand behind it, you can tell it's got some big cubic inch and a real cam in it, you know.
So putting some ice in the ice tank right now. Seeing what this thing will really make. This is how it's gonna be run at the track, so. I still can't believe this thing doesn't have meth on it. That's
Dude, it's
insane.
another thing is, it's really hot out today.
It is. It's
I didn't even
90
mention
something.
that earlier. It's
Yeah.
like,
She's icy. So close. Damn. Woo! Hell freaking yeah.
you know, we don't always do 2650 builds, but when we do, we like to make 1200.
Yes, seriously.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Shit.
103 still. No 112, regular 2-inch header, no special 2-inch header, 2 1/8-inch headers.
And freaking, it's only a what, 70% E?
Yeah.
No meth?
No math. That's another thing. No math.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
I've seen full tilt ones make barely 1,000.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a waste of money unless you're making, you know, 1,100, 1,150, 1,200. We hope to have a race car here soon that's going to be rowdy.
So you rev this thing too?
74.
Jeez.
Yep. I mean, it's still making it up there.
Yeah. You made what, max at 68?
68, but it maybe felt 10 horsepower to 74. So.
Yeah. Holy sh... Damn. The other thing you want to show the fact that this is SAE as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, where's the correction? Boom. SAE. So you're like another 30 down probably.
Yeah, if it was STD, this would be. Damn.